What up, y'all? It's your guy Dawson from D&D TV. Thank you for rating, commenting, and subscribing. Everybody who's donated, those of you all who will, all that information is in the description box below. Also, go over to my other YouTube channel, Dawson Speaks TV. Make sure you subscribe over there and hit that little bell so you get notifications when I drop a new video. Now let's get into this topic. Now this video is for educational purposes, so as I approach this topic with respect, I need you all to please be respectful in my comment section. Thanks. Alright, now this story comes out of Texas, Houston, Texas. Now many of you have enjoyed the videos that I've done on Pastor Keion Henderson and First Lady Shaunie Henderson out of Lighthouse Church in Houston, Texas. And some of the members of Lighthouse Church, as well as some of the supporters of Pastor Keion Henderson, well, you all were happy that I was able to address and somewhat put an end to those horrible rumors about any sort of entanglement that happened between Pastor Keion Henderson and gospel recording artist Ernest Pugh. There they are right there, two mighty men of valor. They both are the epitome of masculinity in the Lord's church. Someone once said, in order to be a man, you gotta see a man. So... Oh gosh, we're starting early. Let me go on. Now, as far as we know, these two men only had a business relationship. Ernest Pugh was the minister of music at Lighthouse for quite some time, while Pastor Keion Henderson was the senior pastor. That's it. Nothing further. No more needs to be said about those horrible rumors at this time. Now listen to this. Some of the supporters of Pastor Keion Henderson told me, Dawson, those rumors about Pastor Keion and Ernest were made up by individuals on social media who could only dream of having the type of success, influence, and notoriety that Pastor Keion Henderson has. They went on to say that Pastor Keion has more anointing in his pinky finger than those messy individuals on social media have in their entire lives. Take a breath. I said, wow, y'all better stand up and support your pastor. Now let me go on the record and say that my mama listens to Pastor Keion's sermons online, and my mom told me, I like what you said on your videos, because she watched sometimes. She said, I like what you said on your videos. You made some good points. However, I'm still going to listen to Pastor Keion because I like him. So let me say thank you to all of the people who sent in letters and commented supporting your pastor, including my mama. But let me say this, some of my followers also had an interest in this topic, and they had some questions for First Lady Shaunie Henderson. Now, I told you all this before, that there were women in my comment section who said, Dawson, why did Pastor Keion Henderson go outside of the church to find a wife when there are Holy Spirit-filled women in his church or surrounding areas that he could have chosen from? Why are men in the church able to choose worldly women and bring them back to church, but when a woman dates or marry a man outside the church, the women are told that they are unequally yoked? That's a good question. Also, some of you all said that the marriage was designed to bring popularity to Pastor Keion Henderson's ministry, which is why the wedding was aired on VH1. Now, some of my subscribers had some interesting comments, and I'm going to read just a few. Derek Jennings said, it would be a beautiful sight for her husband to get her to shut that show down and recognize those flaws of slandering black women and promoting the devil's agenda. But Jesus do transform and save lives. Now, Dreamgirl77 says, I don't believe that Pastor Keion is gay or bisexual. I think it's a lot of hate because he married Shaunie. Her reputation on Basketball Wives. She allowed too much to happen on that show amongst black women. Also, I think it's wrong that she's over the women's ministry. Like what? She promoted colorism, bullying, and favoritism. However, I'm happy for her marriage to the man of God. This is good for the both of them. I hate the rumors about him. It isn't fair. He hasn't confirmed any of this. True. Now Esther says Shaunie doesn't care for dark-skinned women. It was shown on that show she was on. Disgusting the way she treated another black woman. And by y'all are going in. I think they're talking about this. Well, I know they're talking about the situation that happened on the show, I think, a while ago with this lady OG. There's OG, beautiful African lady OG right there. Between OG and Evelyn and the other women on the cast, how they picked at the way OG dressed. They picked at her African features. It was a lot going on there, so a lot of women, a lot of black women and black men, people were upset the way Shaunie O'Neal handled that, so they're speaking out. Now, Nikki Living Live says, Dawson, you mentioned Shaunie and her terrible actions on her show a little bit. You could have gone in more. I say this because we all have views on whether gays can change. Well, what about a toxic heart change? Shaunie was awful. Now she appears to be something totally different. Isn't that the other side of the coin? A snake is a snake is a snake. Wow, Nikki, calm down. The devil has us focusing on the obvious while the serpent is still waiting behind the door. And then someone replied to that saying, yep, tigers don't change their stripes. We'll eventually hear about it. Man, y'all are too much in these comments. Now, those were just a few comments, and there were many, many more on those 2 videos I did on Pastor Keion Henderson and First Lady Shaunie Henderson. The reason why people were so passionate in those comments on this particular topic is because when you allow black women to be treated horribly on television for the world to see, it says something about you as a person. Basketball Wives has been around for 13 years. This has been ongoing treatment of black women on a show that you spearhead, First Lady Shaunie Henderson. Hell, it's the show that you created. When Basketball Wives first came around, everyone thought it would be like that song from Company. Here's to the ladies that lunch. Aren't they the best? However, it turned out to be here's to the ladies that punch. They're ghetto and ratchet. Take a breath. Woo! All right, now we're going in the second half of this video, and I need you all to thumbs up right now. Go ahead, thumbs up the video, all right? I had to watch a lot of YouTube videos on Basketball Wives to actually complete this second half because you all were throwing names to me in the comment section, so I had to see who was who. But I know there are a lot of YouTube clips of Shaunie's friends over there acting a fool that have millions of views. And this is the First Lady at Lighthouse Church. So let's get into it. First Lady Shaunie Henderson for years have allowed her friends on that show, the ones that she liked, to act vile on that show without having any consequences. Like who, Dawson? I know y'all are asking, like who? Call the roll. I will. Evelyn I'll Sleep With Any Athlete Lozada for years has acted horrible on that show. For a while we thought she was fixed when she went over to see Iyanla on Fix My Life. Yeah, right. That only lasted for 15 seconds, and then she was back on television being her old self. And from what I read, she's returning again this season. I'm surprised they renewed that show. Let me go on. Tammy Take 'Em Down with a Cigarette in My Mouth Roman has been known to get into brawls on television when she gets upset. I don't care how she tries to act like Mother Courage now. Tammy, we know you for your past behavior on television. It's documented. And Shaunie kept calling Tammy Roman back year after year because according to Shaunie, Tammy was good TV. No, she's violent. Malaysia. Big booty, sexy Malaysia, I'll throw a table at you, Pargo. Yeah, I'm biased. It's my show. I'll say what I want. I was watching YouTube clips and I saw that Malaysia picked up a table and she threw it at the beautiful Jennifer Williams. I was appalled. And just like Tammy, Evelyn, Malaysia got asked back for another season. No consequences for her bad behavior. Now I have to let you all know that I'm not a colorist. I'm going to go on record to say that I love the Williams sisters. Yes, Venus and Serena, love them, but I'm talking about the other Williams sisters, Portia Williams and Jennifer Williams. Take a breath. Yeah. God's beautiful creation. I just had to put that in somewhere, y'all. Now, speaking of Jennifer Williams, let me address Jackie Jack-em-up Christie because a clip I saw on YouTube, you were acting very horrible towards Jennifer Williams, which completely shocked me. The beautiful Jennifer Williams. She wouldn't hurt a fly. And the fact that First Lady Shaunie, who's over the women's ministry at Lighthouse Church in Houston, Texas, continues to call you back year after year to be a bully and a fighter on this show is just unfathomable. Jackie Christie, we only know you for being a hothead on television. And it's sad that your husband, Doug Christie, he's so soft-spoken, so calm, so easy, delicate Doug. But you, on the other hand, Jackie, you're so hard, mean, and aggressive. What happened to you? How are you so aggressive and your husband is so delicate? Doug Christie has accomplished a lot. He's a coach of an NBA team, and his wife, Jackie Christie, messes up his image by acting like a lunatic on television. Tell me, am I lying? Now let me bring this on home. Let me deal with this one situation, the OG situation. Because a lot of women who watched that season, First Lady Shaunie Henderson, they were upset with you about how the way you handled OG and you handled the colorism issue while you were filming and after when you did that interview with Dr. Mark Lamont Hill. OG was made out to be a hothead, aggressive, when she stood up against the bullies on that show. Many of them who were your friend, First Lady Shaunie, women who you kept calling back year after year, even though they showed aggressive and violent behavior. OG was labeled as aggressive and violent. OG was picked on because of the way she looked and her style of dressing. So as I end this, I want to ask the question, Pastor Keion Henderson and First Lady Shaunie Henderson, are dark-skinned women or women with Afrocentric facial features, are they safe with you being over the women's ministry at Lighthouse Church? How can you handle the women, First Lady Shaunie Henderson, at Lighthouse Church any different from the way you handled and are handling the women on your show for 13 years, Basketball Wives? That's the question people are asking, First Lady Shaunie. That's what they want to know. Now I'm off of this, you all. Go off in the comments. Let me know what you think about this video. Until next time, it's your guy Dawson. Take care of yourself and each other. Peace.